Hello, my loves, and welcome back to BehatiLife YouTube channel. For reading for the first time, welcome. And for those of you that are old friends and family, welcome back. As you guys can tell by the title of today's video, we're going to be diving into the energy of, oh my gosh, drumroll please, Pluto is now officially direct in the sign of Aquarius. Now, my mom and I were sitting at the kitchen table. We were chit-chatting and talking as we both worked our magic over the ancestry oils, the ones that are going out, excuse me, for the month of November. And she was asking me, Jess, how is this transit, and how is this transit impacting you? And it opened up the conversation, the discussion. And I knew that I wanted to come talk to you guys about it, because there is nothing like having a good sit down chit chat with the people that you love about astrology. Am I right? So we are going to do you one better and bring in the tarot. So I'm going to do an overall channeled message for the collective here. It's one of my favorite things to do, one of my favorite offerings. So allow me to light my candle. And let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? All right. I'm going to light this candle too here. All right, honeys. Let's get into it. Angels and guides from the highest lights of the universe, I thank you so very much for this stop along the journey, the ability to connect with my people, my friends, the community, the collective through the internet. Pluto just went direct in the sign of Aquarius, and there's so many people right now that are turning their attention towards this transit, watching how it is going to impact their lives. And although the astrology charts will pinpoint directly to where and how these energies can apply to them, intuitively, I ask you to provide additional insight and clarity for those who need it the most now. Let there be a message for everyone here, for what they need to hear, for what they need to receive. Allow me to channel and connect in the way that I do. Protect my energy, protect their energy, and allow us to use our discernment to know and hear your voice and exactly what it is that you wish to say now. I thank you again so much for this time. I thank you so much for the blessing that we have in this moment to connect and to gain deeper understanding along our journey. Please clarify the Nine of Cups here. Wow. So interesting. Okay. So let me just start by saying that with the Nine of Cups, right? Oftentimes we look at this as wish fulfilled, like something that we were hoping for, we were wishing for, reveals itself, make itself known, and we're just like, oh wow, thank goodness, you know? Like, I remember the day when I prayed for this. I remember the day when I asked for this. However, I kind of wanted to tilt my head when I saw the Nine of Cups in this reading for Pluto turning direct. And I saw this as a wish being fulfilled, but not in the way that it is that you were asking for it to make itself known, even though the Nine of Cups is upright and not reversed. I'm seeing this as something, look towards what Pluto rules within your, or where Pluto is currently transiting through your chart. And this is where it's directly being applied, right? So you are going to have your, like, an answer here. You are going to have a, oh my gosh, like, wow, this is what I was waiting for. Let's say it's going through your 7th house of relationships. Pluto moving direct means that there is going to be a powerful, significant, impactful transition and shift when it comes to your relationships, your marriage. However, I get a strong sense that it's not going to come in the sense that it is that you originally expected it to be. And the reason why is because when you originally asked or set the intention or applied the prayer, it was what you envisioned it for yourself. However, with Pluto, there's so much evolution, there's so much growth, there's so much transformation. What is actually good and healthy for you oftentimes is not exactly what is that you were expecting, and or what is that you asked for. It's what you asked for, but it's not in the package that you expected it to be in. Three of Pentacles reversed is I knew that something was on the way, or when something came in that I was expecting, it's like totally different, a totally different departure from what I thought it would be. And I feel like if you go to your past self and you say, this is what my happily ever after, 10 of Cups with the Hermit card, this is what I see my happily ever after looking like, you would find that it's like, wow, this thing was actually coming from, it would have fulfilled or scratched an itch for something that would have created more headache, more controversy is the word that's coming through, more chaos in your life versus something that is, it fills that space, it fills that void, but also is in alignment with your highest and greatest good and your highest and greatest desires, not what you ideally wish that you would want it to be, right? So for example, let's say you're like, okay, I want to be in this type of relationship. I want to be here. Or let's say it's your path and your purpose. Like, I know that this is my path and I'm asking the universe to open up the door and make a way for me to step further into this role that I know is my path and my purpose. And the way that life unfolds itself, you're just like, wow, I thought I wanted to be a teacher and educator, but really, you know, being in this role, it's my real path is to be an advocate for change in the educational system. That way more children have opportunity and resources to get better education, to be supported, to have meals on the table, because who knows what their circumstances are. And then I can give the best of myself, my love, my time, my attention to my children, or more intimately, the children in the community, instead of in the classroom. And your path, when you sat with yourself, initially you're like, okay, my path is to help as many children as possible. That means I'm going to be hands-on with all these different kids, but you actually find that, you know, your path actually extends way bigger than what it is that you envisioned for yourself. And it's like you are so close to achieving that wish, but the wish is bigger, it's grander than how you would have envisioned to be, because it's not just for you, it's for every single person that is involved. It goes so much bigger than us. And when we allow the angels, our guides, our ancestors, the divine, to step into our life and to take control of the ship, so to speak, when we open up and listen with our intuition, our discernment, we start to see the picture. 7 of Cups, we start to see the puzzles, like the pieces of the puzzle together, but like coming together, but sometimes we don't see the bigger picture. Sometimes in the pursuit of that bigger picture, it can give us anxiety and tension, because you're just like, holy crap, is this too big? Is this too overwhelming? And am I asking for too much? And this is where the universe says, no, because it's not what you're asking for, it's what we are asking for you as well. And we wouldn't ask this of you, we wouldn't expect this, 3 of Pentacles reversed, if it wasn't something that could come to fruition. That would be cruel. It wouldn't even make sense if that was the case. When it comes to relationships, someone here may sense like, wow, I really do want to have intimacy, a connection, a bond with someone special and unique, but you know, I see it, how I would see this happily ever after, he would be tall, dark, and handsome, you know? That's what you came to with your own conclusion, with your own reckoning, with you journaling and your vision board. But 7 of Cups, it's reflecting to you that which you think that thing looks like, that which you think that you're attracted to, and sometimes that doesn't really show what it is that you actually need. Then, lo and behold, Pluto transiting through your 7th house, now direct, it says, listen, you've learned through these past experiences, whether you liked it or not, the lessons were there, you've learned. And now you know to ask for this, these types of characteristics, because you understand this about yourself. But we're also going to surprise you or reveal to you that this is going to come in this package and that this is better. This is actually going to be better for you. What you will see and witness with Pluto now direct after being retrograde is you're going to feel more relaxed. You're going to feel more at ease to the point where it's going to be less of you firing your jets, so to speak, like stepping into your masculine energy, trying to light the match of your life and try to get things started and get things going. You're going to watch that they naturally grow over time. Pluto, again, my loves, it pulls away that which does not serve us, not just in one area of our lives, but many, many different areas of our lives, just depending on what Pluto is aspecting of your personal transits, and oftentimes the planets that are currently transiting. It will pull away that which is sick, tormenting you, broken, fractured, odd, off, misaligned, off balance. It will pull those things away, and from that place where there was a once festering wound and a need and a desire, now there's fertile ground, now there's compost, now there's opportunity and potential. And from that place, we have growth. And when we are planting seeds, we don't set the earth on fire, right? When we are planting seeds, we water and we wait. So this is why this Ace of Wands is showing up reversed, because there's no more that you need to do with Pluto now direct. You've done the hard part of observing, and some of you guys, I really get a strong message here that some of you guys feel like the hardest part is going to be the physical act of doing, but really what the hardest part for you in your journey was acceptance. It was opening your eyes up to see the things that you didn't want to see. And now that you see it, you don't have to continue to fight and force, because you realize that, you know what, this is misaligned for me. If I was to continue to try to paddle my way through this, I would be moving against the current, and the current is something that is a part of the collective, but it also is helping to steer me and my path in life. So the hard part for you, my loves, was not actually the physical act of your effort and your will. It was your ability to be like, okay, I'm listening. Okay, I hear you now, or I'm going to ask questions. Now that you have felt this profound shift and you are now, I don't want to say stepping back, because you don't need to step back from anything. You need to step up. You're stepping up, you're blooming, you're blossoming now. Like this effortless growth happens now. You are going to see that things now move with ease. Instead of you coming through and driving things forward, you're going to find that growth is natural and effortless. And thank God, 10 of Pentacles here, it's going to be long term. It's going to bring longevity. For some of you guys, this has a lot to do with health, where you're just like, okay, I'm going on a detox. And then through the detox or through a diet lifestyle, you start to realize that there's certain things that your body is needing. Look, we have the Chariot card. Things start to move forward. Why? Because you saw the parts that you were dark, that were hidden, that were taboo, that were forbidden, that you didn't want to see. That's what the Chariot connects with, is the shadow aspect of ourselves as well as the light. We merge with them, we intermingle with them, we accept, we, what is the word? Like we coexist with them. We I don't know the right word. I'm feeling someone's spirit actually coming through right now. Interesting. But yeah, with the Chariot card, all of a sudden the momentum begins to build and move. Why? Because we stopped trying to dance with the versions of ourselves that we've had shame with, or that we're just like, okay, no, this is fine, like, I'm okay. I just don't need to look in this direction. Just keep on looking over here, over here, over here, over here, over here. Now you're finally like, okay, I had to do the hard part. I had to see. I had to ask the questions. I had to open up. I had to be vulnerable. I had to understand that maybe my way isn't the best way. And that is all that was needed in order to shift things for your highest and greatest good. Now all of a sudden, instead of juggling or trying to come up with a solution by yourself, now all of a sudden you'll find that things move easily, at more effortless because you stopped trying so hard to force something that wasn't natural. So when it comes to your health, again, like the metaphor that I was using, the example that I was using is you, through a detox or through kind of like purging certain things out of your life, you start to realize, wow, there was, my body was swollen. My body was aching here. And now that I'm making progress towards health, and now that I'm seeing that there was an imbalance, what if this was a thyroid? Sometimes or hormonal. With the Hermit card here, this is about awareness and finding the root of the problem, right? Really getting down to the nitty gritty of it, seeing the solution, and then realizing, okay, what I thought was going to be the fix, more caffeine, right? More physical labor, right? Working out in the gym, is actually more water and more rest. And now, instead of having to fight the uphill battle, health, vitality, peace naturally and effortlessly grows because you actually found the source. And instead of operating from a space of, I don't want to accept that this is the truth, you say, okay, show me for what it is so I can finally rip the Band-Aid off and do different. That's what Pluto always brings. Is there any additional messages that you wish to share with the collective? Someone here may need to work with spirit quartz. Yeah, Four of Cups. Someone here specifically needs to go back to their altar you've been neglecting, or I don't know if this is what this is, but it's almost giving like shame. For someone here, this could actually be an ancestor, which is interesting because in this month's box, I'm working with Ancestry Magic, but someone's ancestor or someone that you worked with in the past is feeling a little bit neglected. Spirit quartz is how you honored them or was at your altar. It's either like dusty now, or you need to give water to them. Like you need to nourish that ancestor, that deity. There's someone here that you work with, and I don't know if it's because you are distracted. I don't know if you were indulging. That energy has been coming up a lot lately, is indulgence, being so, and I'm not pointing fingers or pointing blame or trying to shame anyone. I understand more than anything. But I don't know if you were trying like escapism. But someone here needs to go back to their altar and kind of revisit their rituals, revisit their practice, and make that your new normal. Imagine or really examine how hard life can often be if you do not have your ritual and your routines and your practice. Look at how things do kind of come crashing and crumbling down and in, and you can find yourself in a state of panic or disease, literally disease, because you stepped away from the things that keep you healthy mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Go back to those things. Something here is stagnant. Something here needs to be watered. Something here needs to be nurtured. And not just, look, you got to put the work in, my love. Someone here is just like, oh, I light the candle and I walk away. No, you kind of have to, if you want so much from your guides, you have to give back. It's a reciprocal relationship. You don't get to, you can, but your life is going to reflect that. You don't come in when, Four of Wands. This is your home space. They want you to know that this is your home. This is your starting point. Just like you have to eat food, drink water, or drink healthy, clean water, just like you have to sleep, spiritually, you also need to have a practice. You need to have, at least if you're watching this, it's just as important as all those other things. If not, your life is going to be out of balance. It's the things that you come home to. If you're not coming home, then it's like, what are we avoiding? What are you not wanting to see? Why are we running? Your home doesn't necessarily need to be brick and mortar. It could be the altar space. It could be the thing that you always come back to regardless. Always. Yeah. Queen of Wands, this is going to empower you even further. It's going to give you direction, but it's going to give you, it's going to give you the conviction to know, like, I can say this, I can declare this over my life because I know that I have the wisdom, the power of my ancestors behind me who have also said that now is the time for me. I can say this with conviction. I can say this with power. I can say this with no guilt or shame or doubt within my spirit that this is a time of prosperity and abundance. For me, it is my time. That's how Spirit wants you to be moving now that Pluto is direct. But that's can't come, if you are cloudy, if you're overcast, if you are self-indulgent, if you are consuming things that do not reflect your true aligned self. And that happens when we get lost. That happens when we get distracted. It's what happens when we entertain ourselves more than we put in the work. It's when we turn on TV and we're binge watching Netflix, when we haven't gone to our altars and prayed, set intention, or asked for protection or blessing over ourselves, our family, our friends, and we wonder why those relationships, our abundance, our health, our happiness, our peace of mind starts to crumble. Yeah. Strength card. Yep. Something here now that Pluto is direct, there's a deep cleaning here. You got to be really careful, because once the cleansing has happened, you've opened up. Well, it's not what you've done. It's just a part of the natural process, right? There's an opening there that is present. And we don't want old things to come in. We don't want negativity to flood in. We don't want to have evil find us. We don't want to have evil eye step foot and call and control our blessings. You have the power to take this clean slate and choose to do better. This is spiritually, but also break it down to a ritual, more practical way. It's like that now that you have gone through this Pluto retrograde phase and you've lived and learned through those past experiences, for the last few months, and if you need me to do a video on this, I'll be more than happy to do that. Take those lessons that you had to live through, and now apply it. There's a message here about not succumbing, not falling down, not breaking down because of the pressure of the lesson itself or the transformation. I know that for some of you guys, you're exhausted, but this is because you spiritually need to have the power, like the will of your power, come forward. You need to be nurtured and watered too, because it's almost like you're running on fumes, and that's understandable. But you can also set intention for your own empowerment, for your own direction, for your own clarity of mind, for rest, and for the battle to continue in the way that it's not you fighting it, but while you're resting, your ancestors and your guides are fighting on your behalf, opening up doors for your blessings, unlocking all different types of opportunity, taking care of your health, taking care of your family, taking care of your friends, etc., etc. So that's our quick Pluto direct in Aquarius message. If this resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up. It really does make a difference to YouTube algorithms, as you guys know. And it also shows me that you appreciate me coming. I know that for my family and friends here, you guys are like family and friends. Interesting, right? The dynamic and the relationships that we have here on the internet. You guys do come through for me every single time when I upload a video. And I have to tell you, I'm just so grateful for you and for the years of you acknowledging and seeing my gifts, my talents, appreciating my voice, appreciating my appearance, and coming here so consistently for you guys. I just always have to say I'm so grateful for the journey. I'm so grateful for each of you. And I hope you know that. And if you don't know, I just will continue to tell you that I'm genuinely appreciative. I know that there's been, there's sometimes some comments on the internet that don't resonate with, what I align with, but it just shows me again what it is that I've been seeing within the charts, that it's like the internet is under attack, and it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because the internet needed to shift. It's a good thing because the internet is shifting. It's bad because there's people who those comments could hurt the wrong person. It's bad because it shows me that there's people who are lost. Their souls seem so lost. There's people who are really, really hurt right now. And what's good is that you draw attention to yourself, so that there could be healing that can happen for you. I just ask that you go to your altar as well, and that you sit and that you ask for cleansing over yourself, your spirit. If you know that that's who you are, and this message isn't directed towards anyone, it's more something that you understand and sit with yourself and you can feel it, do that. It's never too late to come to a space of having peace, within yourself. And today's times, a lot of people are going through it spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, and you're already, as far as I'm concerned, you're already forgiven for the things that you say and how you talk to other people. Clearly, you're coming from a space of heartache, and suffering. So if you know, at the end of the day, like, I can only be who it is that I am, and I see the suffering, and I just say, I did a video about this on my TikTok recently, and the salt water, like cleansing that energy. This person has energy buildup, so clear that off, man, because it's at the end of the day, like, you really are hurting the collective, you know, with the things that you say. So everyone else, thank you again, my loves, for being a part of, you know, the journey here. If you would like to dive deeper, more consistently, regularly with me, Behati Love Notes is where it's at. It's something similar to a Patreon. It's the platform that I've created to shuffle and pull for them, pouring into them, watering them regularly, as well as providing astrology transits, the important ones. And for the ritual boxes, November's box is going out on time. After October, it was a week late because I was celebrating for a week my solar return. I had my family here with me. It was amazing. But yeah, we're back on time. We're back 8 months of the ritual boxes, and they're still so magical, each one of them. The magic is, and the intention and the rituals are endless. You guys, I've been pulling a lot of things from my own grimoire box, or my grimoire, and then adding them to the ritual box. So it's just been really nice to share that for you. And on top of that, it helps me to create another space where I can infuse the lunar oils. Remember, we used to do those for years, always a new lunar oil every new moon, every full moon. So it's my way of continuing that very favorite part of the magical process here with you guys. So they go out every month before the start of the next month. So let's say you sign up for during November, then you're going to get December's box. I hope that makes sense. The details are in the description box and pinned in the comments. Until then, thank you guys so much for allowing me to connect with your energy. Blessings over you, and shout out to you for making it through another Pluto retrograde. You are stronger than you know, and you are more powerful than you give yourself credit for. Go to your altars, work your magic, pray, set intention. You've got this. Your ancestors have your back. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.